Welcome to another episode of Family Gamer TV. I'm here with Mick Ricks, TT Games executive producer.
That's right,
Did I get that right?
Yes, that's it.
And I understand you've just announced Lego Lord of the Rings, which is rather exciting.
Yes, I know, we're all very excited about it. You can imagine it's a game we've wanted to make for a long time. And so, yeah, we're all very pleased and very excited about it.
And will it differ from previous Lego games?
Yeah, of course. I mean, what we try to do is understand, first and foremost, what makes each of the different properties different, and then try and distill that difference into the game. So what's different between a wizard's game or an archaeologist's game or that kind of stuff. So for Lord of the Rings, what we think the core concept is that of a journey or a quest. But not just the physical journey, well, that's very important, but how the characters themselves, how they grow over the period of time. So the hobbits begin as very bashful, very, very closed, quiet like little people, and end up very lordly and very wise.
Okay.
Aragorn starts off a range and becomes a king. So what we're doing to put that concept into the game, we introduced this concept called a backpack, where the characters themselves improve and progress over time. So you begin with Frodo begins with his ordinary sword, then he has Sting, so Sting's better at weapons, or like Legolas has an ordinary bow, then he has the bow of the Galadriel, which shoots faster.
And does that mean that their like character stats get better? They get stronger and things?
Well, no, interesting. No, what the idea is, what we're really trying to create is that kind of that RPG light, for a horrible crude word, but it does sum it up. That kind of style, but in no way do we want to statify it. You know, it's not going to be Diablo. We want to make it accessible for kids. So the characters do progress. They do get better, and they do get much better abilities as they go on. So that they progress. And in terms of the physical journey that they go on, what we've done, we've taken inspiration from the classic Tolkien map and actually built all of Middle-earth.
Okay. As you do.
Conceptually very easy.
Let's build Middle-earth. Right. How hard can it be?
Yeah, that's right. So all of Middle-earth streams seamlessly as you move towards it. So it's not quite scaled, but you know it's still pretty big. So you begin in Hobbiton, and you have to travel to Bree. And all of the levels are, all the story events are hooked into the appropriate locations. But it's not just a hub for the levels. There's side quests to do, characters to collect, fetch quests, things like that to really make all of Middle-earth, a very sumptuous and interesting place to play.
Sounds great. And it sounds like you're incorporating all the books.
Oh yes,
Or the Rings trilogy.
The films, yes, strictly speaking.
Oh, I see. So it references the films rather than the actual original.
Yes. So we found, certainly with Harry Potter, that it was really nice to be able to include elements of the fiction, or the written fiction, that weren't necessarily included in the films. And that's certainly an approach we want to try and do for Lord of the Rings. Content from The Hobbit or content from The Silmarillion or something like that is not something we're particularly interested in. We are just telling the story of the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and Return of the King.
And after all, with the Hobbit films coming out, this Christmas, I think.
Is it really?
I don't know.
You're right. I think you're right.
I think it's soon, and it's the 2 films, isn't it? And obviously that's rich for a follow-up.
I couldn't possibly say.
And so is the sort of the license with the filmmaker rather than with the publisher of the book?
Yes. So it's strictly speaking, we're licensing the theatrical releases. So
has there been a back and forth with the studio about your design of the Lego characters, or is that something you just do?
Oh yeah, no, we work very close. I mean, we're always amazed and we're continuously very privileged to work with all these different licenses.
I want to work at TT.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. it has its moments. It has its moments. That we it's very much hand in glove, and also not just with the film, but also with Lego as well. Lego produce their own play materials to accompany it. So we've worked immensely closely with them, making sure that their materials, that the kids are going to be playing with, are recreated in virtual form in the game.
One of the aspects of these Lego games is that there's usually a physical Lego toy franchise. And so I guess that provides a great great starting point for what you're building in the game.
Yeah, no, and indeed. So again, we work very closely with Lego. So all of their set designers, all the character designs are all incorporated entirely into the game.
And I think that's a really clever trick almost, because you're sort of capitalising on all Lego's hard work at getting their figures just right. And I love Lego, the design that goes into a Lego figure, or a Lego thing. You try and build your own, and you realise how perfect every piece is. So
absolutely.
It's great to capitalise that and then be able to play with it. And then
we're riding on the shoulders of giants. I mean, both in terms of what Peter Jackson and New Line did with with those amazing films, and what Lego brings to the party as well. We just put the two together and lo and behold,
I'm sure there was a bit of talent as well on your part. So I was just talking to a colleague of yours about the Lego Batman 2 game. And I was excited to hear that sees the return of local multiplayer, but on the portables.
That's right,
It's been absent for some time, and it's been a bit of a hobby horse.
Oh, right, no, fair enough.
So is that going to be...
Yeah, no, absolutely, wholeheartedly, yeah. So we're releasing the game on 3DS, DS, and on PS Vita as well. And that'll have full local co-op support for two players. So again, you'll be able to go through the whole of the journey with with your friends.
And is that the same, that you both need to have a cartridge, a copy of the game each, I presume?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
And the Vita version, is that still grouped with the handhelds? So I'm always wondering whether it could almost be bumped up and say, actually, this is going to be the console experience that's then sort of adjusted for the Vita.
Yeah, no, there's actually the boundaries are. You're quite right. The boundaries are kind of blurring. So what we're finding with both PlayStation Vita and 3DS is that we're starting to take the console assets and being able to port those into the game. So you'll see a lot of locations, a lot of textures, a lot of the geometry is exactly the same as in the console version.
The thing that seems different for me is it's the number of things to do in a certain location. On the portable, quite understandably, because it's like it started the DS, didn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The sort of the depth and the richness is reduced.
Yeah.
Is that something which the PS Vita will get bumped up a bit more, so there's a bit more things to do?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's necessarily reduced. I mean, what we tried to do is try to make a more kind of staccato experience, because if you're on the bus or if you're travelling around, it does need to have that more kind of pick up and play aspect to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I buy that though.
I don't know too. Very entitled to your opinion, but no,
it seems like it seems like a portable game could have that richness, but it hasn't got the horsepower.
I think first-party PlayStation Vita games look fantastic. They might have had access to the hardware a little longer than we've had.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think the idea of recreating a console game in its entirety on a handheld is still perhaps beyond us.
And obviously, you have a certain number of resources to make the games, and so it's naturally a trade-off. And I think anyone who's buying it and playing understands that. So
okay, well, I hope so. But we're very conscious that the DS and the 3DS, and we hope certainly for the PlayStation Vita, those are a massive audience for us, and so in no way we've got a whole separate team dedicated to creating those platforms.
Yeah.
So it's not a little brother. It's not a kind of an afterthought for us.
Yeah, but the DS games seem amazing how much you cram into that tiny, the horsepower. That I'm always like, I imagine what it's like, and I go play it, and I think, how do they get all that in there? So I think that's a testament to how good the DS game is, that it actually stands, porting and adjusting to the Vita and still stands up. So.
No, indeed. So yeah, I mean, we're still very keen to be making the DS versions. We know loads and loads of kids have got their DSs. They might be a bit battered now. They might be on their last legs, but they're still out there. So we want to make an experience that's going to be, good for them.
Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for your time. I really appreciate
You're welcome.
That's all we've got time for in this episode of Family Gamer TV, but we'll be back with more soon.